Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 5 of this RMS Majestic tutorial. Today's focus is the next 2 decks, hopefully, of the Ships Superstructure. We did one deck in the previous video, and also inside walls, and that's really all I can think of for now. Apologies for my voice, I've got the man flu, so I'm a bit under the weather, but never mind. Before I start the process, I'm just going to show you that I've added the doors and windows to the previous deck. Down here, you've got the doors, windows, and everything all laid out in there. The usual things. So you've got doors, a few windows, doors, a few windows, and all things like that. So that's what that's all about. And I've also added the yellow line as well. Well, down one side anyway. Ignore that. So I've added the yellow line down this side. So yeah, some things went a bit wrong down one while I was doing that. So I'll correct that later on. But at least you got it on one side anyway. And I've just pressed the wrong button. There we go. Alright, so we've got the yellow line there. Right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to head down to the front end, because I started down the back end deliberately to save me having to come back twice. So, yeah, we're going to head down to the front end and start the next superstructure section. So, like I said, I apologise for my voice and that creaky chair in the background. So yeah, what we're going to do is go to this front wall here and start building on this area here. So I'm just going to check my notes and work out what to do. And so what we're going to do is go to the centre block of the front wall here. So the front wall here which overhangs. So you've got the overhang there. So you've got the centre block of that. And I'm going to put a colour block to mark the centre, because I did not do that previously. But I think that's the centre anyway. So just go to that. So 8 that way. 8 that way. Yeah, that's fine. So that's the centre block. And we're going to leave a 3 block gap behind that on the wood. So 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th block is where we start building. So it's a 3 wood block gap, and then we start building. Now this wall is going to be 17 wide, so that's 8 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that way, like so. So there's your front wall, and at the sides you want to build 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, like that. And that's your front wall. Do the same the other side. So it's 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, like that. Like I say, that's your front wall done. And then increase the height of that to 6 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do it as quickly as I can. Using World Edit always helps. I think I'll do one side and then just copy paste it. Saves a lot of time on it. Okay, that's one side done. I just copy paste it to the other side just to get it out of the way. So copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go. That's both sides done. So that's the wall increased in height to 6 blocks high. Now what we're going to do along the side, so I'm working on the left hand side here. I'm going to build a line along the side in white, and it's going to be 105 blocks long. So that's 105 long. So I'll put the first block and measure from that, and then I'll build it freehand and measure it when I get to the end. So it should be 105 blocks long. And like I said, I'll measure it when I get to the end. So it's the same on both sides as well, so the ship is symmetrical on this one. So how far is that? That's 104, it's not bad. And then 105. As it says at the bottom there. So it's 105, like so. And then what we're going to do is go back to the front end, and we're going to start adding some windows. So what we're going to do is add a line of blocks here, so add that 2 blocks high there like that on that first block, and then we're going to add a window which is 2 blocks high, and then add a 3 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like that. I'm just trying to work out how I've done this, and then what we're going to do is add I think it's 10 groups of 4 windows, but I'll just double check it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10 groups of 4 windows. So this is a group of 4 windows like this. So you've got 4 windows 2 blocks high. Then after every group of 4 you add a 3 block gap, as well as the pillars in between. So that's the first group of 4, so that's 1. And I want to be 10 of those, so we'll go to number 2. And then add the gap. So that was group 2. Now to group 3. And then the group, the spacer afterwards. So that's 3 groups, and then group 4. And then the space at the end. So that means that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so another 6 to go, so group 5. And then group 6. And then group 7. And then group 8. So it's 8 groups, and then up to group 9. And then group 10. And at the end add 3 space like that, so that should all line up. So you've got the 3 spacer at the end of that line of 105. And it should look something like that. So you've got the 10 groups of 4 windows like that. And don't look too bad, do it? Right, so what we're going to do is start the inside walls. But before I do that, I'm just going to copy this to the other side because it is symmetrical. So you just want to do this on the both sides. So like I said, I'm just going to copy paste it to the other side, and then we'll be okay to move on. So to there, stand on there and copy, and then do the same. Just paste it on the other side. So like I say, it's just symmetrical both sides. So I'm just pasting it like so, and there we go. That's both sides. Now going back to the left side again, we're going to start some inside walls. Got to get a headache now. Right, right, for the inside walls, we're going to go on the inside of the end here. So this last row of 3 here, or the end of the 105. You're going to want to go 1 forward of the end. So that's the end block there. You go 1 forward in, which is this block. And you build inward 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So it's inward 6. And then the side wall is 137. So that's 137. So that's the first block there. And I'll build it freehand, so it should be 137 long. And then I'll measure it when I get to the end. I think my voice is giving out already. So how far is that? That's 69, so I still have a long way to go. (118). 132, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So that should be 137, and it is. So that's the 137 there. As you can see, it's inward 6 and then 137 down. And then what we're going to do is go 1 block in to this point here, and we're going to build a line of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. And then inward 17, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus a colour block to mark the centre. That should line up with the other centre blocks. Yep, that's fine. So there's the centre of the previous deck, and the centre line of the deck we just built, or of the walls we just built. Right, so there we go. There's those walls done, or laid out, and we'll do the same on the other side as well. Before I do that, I'm just going to increase them in height. So these walls were just built here. Going to increase them to 4 high, so 2, 3, 4, and use weld edit. Actually, go from this block. So use weld edit to increase it all to 4 blocks high. So set quartz there, into there, up to there, and fly down the length of the 137. There and up to the end there. There we go, all increased to 4 high. Now it's going to be 1 block higher than the section with the windows on, but that's not a problem because this will be adjusted later on. So there's the walls, inside walls done, and I'm just going to copy paste them to the other side because, like I say, it's symmetrical on both sides. So what you do on the left hand side works on the right hand side as well. So that's that. So I'll copy to there. We do copy, flip to the right, and paste. And there we go, that's both sides done. So there's your inside walls all done. And it should look something like that. You can go ahead as well and start adding doors and windows to these walls, but I'll do that in between this video and the next one, depending how well I am. I might have died by then. So here we go, that's those inside walls. And now I'm just going to take a quick look at my notes and work out what to do next, so bear with me. Okay, what we're going to do now is move back to the left hand side, or any side, whichever, it doesn't really matter. And what we're going to do is go back to the row of 105, back to here, and we're going to add a line of blocks along the side here and extend it by 24 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24 long like that. And then we're going to add some pillars. So we're going to add 15. Hang on. I'm just going to work out how this goes actually. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pillars, I think. But if we go from the end of the 24 and then work forward, it should be a bit easier to work out. So on the end of the 24, we add a pillar 2 blocks high, then a 3 block gap in another pillar, 3 block gap, 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 and another pillar like that. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 pillars like that. So it's 6 pillars on there, and then we can add a corner block there to sort of create the curve. And there we go. That's the sort of an open promenade area. Right. So now what we're going to do is on the just after that row of 24, we're going to leave a gap of 15 blocks. So that's 1 block there, and that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, and on the 16th block we add another pillar 3 blocks high, like that, because this is where the open area of the inside lifeboats will go. If you look on the prototype in the distance, you can just see the open gaps there, and there are lifeboats inside there. So that's what this is going to be. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these openings. So that's the first one. So it's a 15 block gap, and then add a pillar, and then another 15 block gap. And add a pillar, so 1, 2, 3 there, so that's 2, then another 15 block gap, and another pillar, and then another 15 block gap, one, 2, 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, then another 15 gap, then another 15 block gap, and I think there's how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. And then to the 7th one, we just do another 15 block gap. 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 1, 2, 3 up like that. So there we go. That's the 7 pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 pillars like that. And then on the last block of the last pillar, I'm going to add another block up, and I'm going to build 1 out and 1 back like that. So it's shaped like that. So you've got the pillar 3 up and then a block on top, 1 out and 1 back like that. And then the one here, the last pillar, we're going to go to the one on the top block of the pillar. So we just add an extra block to the pillar like that. And then we're going to add a line of blocks all the way along the top of all the pillars, and then all the windows, and then all the way to the front end. So I'm going to build this all the way along the side. So you can see we've got the pillars being covered up like that. And just do the same thing all the way along the length of the side. And make sure it'll be lined up and covered when we get to the end. But the reason we built one block out is because that would be the creation, or the first section of the overhang. The overhang is by one block, and it's sort of like the Promenade deck on the Titanic. It just overhangs by one block. So just build this all the way forward, and connect it with the rest, and we should be okay. Oh, hang on. And there we go, like that. So there we are. There's that. The windows are all covered up like that, and it should all look something nice and neat like that. And then what we're going to do is from the outside, or from the end of the front block, front wall here. So you've got the front wall all here. And you've got this end row here. The top 3 blocks, which is these, you're going to build 1, 2, 3 out like that. So it overhangs by one block like that. And then from the bottom block all the way to the end block, which overhangs by one, you're going to build a line of blocks. And you're going to increase that to 3 high once you've done that. So basically just to create a 3 block high section from that end wall all the way to that end block we just created. So I'll just do the first row, and then I'll increase it in height when I get to the end. So actually I'll use World Edit for this. So if I use World Edit from there, and then use it again when I get to the end, I'll do the bottom row to show you what to do, and then I'll World Edit to increase it in height. So just build it all the way along the side. Ooh. Get a bit too far ahead. We're nearly there yet. Right, all of them are right there. Right, so there we go. Up to that block we just built overhanging there. And then to that block, I'm just going to increase it to 3 high. So set quartz like that. And there we go. It's increased to 3 high. There's the overhang created. It should look something like that. They don't look too bad, do it? Right, so what we're going to do now is from the end of the section here, I'm just trying to think how this works. From the end here, where we just built there, just want to add another 3 blocks up like that, just to make it in line with that block that goes back. So these 3 blocks here, just add them there like that. And then from that inside block, you're going to build across. How far do we go across? I'll just change my notes here so I know what I'm doing. Bear with me. I'm going to build in about 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. And then increase that to 2 high, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll build it all the way up to the edge there, so basically 7, 8. And it's only going to be 2 high because this is going to be handrails here. It's going to be iron bars, so we don't need to add the white wall along there. It's just make it 2 high. And then from here, you're going to build back on the top here. You're going to build back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. So you've got a straight wall here, and then an overhang here. So you've got a 1 block overhang. And then just build across to the centre, like so. So you got up to the centre line like that. And when you do the other side, it should all line up, all nice and neat. So what I'll do is increase. That's actually already the right height, so we don't need to worry about increasing it in height. On the prototype, what you can do is build this 2 blocks high as well. So add another row underneath, to make it sort of flush with the rest of it. So you've got the 2 blocks high section there, and then the 2 block section high here. So that is that side done. You just want to do the same on the other side, so that's what I'm going to do. I should use copy paste again. So I'll go from the front to the back, and then copy, flip and paste like normal, and then everything will be fine. So I'll copy from that corner block there, and then go all the way to the back. down to, I'll put a block there and copy to that, so up to there, and then we do copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go, both sides are gradually getting there, and there we go, that's both sides done. We've got all the overhanging things there done like that, so it should all look nice and neat. And that's that section all done. So the next job to do now is just to add the deck. Now if we go from the back wall forward, the deck will sit on this groove here. So you've got this groove here where the overhang is. Just add the deck in that area there. So the walls are 4 blocks high, and the groove, the deck will sit on top of these inside walls. And when you get to the outside here, say you want to build the deck here, the deck will sit on this groove here. So you've got a little groove that supports the deck there, so that's where the deck goes in there, so it's the same all the way around. So I'm going to use the fill tool again. I shall stand here and use the fill, wood by 400, and it should fill in the whole deck, hopefully. Oh, there we go. So there's the deck filling in, and you can see the deck is set in place like that. So the deck, like I say, sits in the groove at the end here, and sits in the groove on the sides here. So you've got the side wall is 1 block higher than the deck, and you've also got plenty of headroom inside here. So that's how the deck's laid out. And I just fly to the front end to make sure it's all laid out up there. So the front wall should be 1 block higher than where the deck goes. So like I say, it was built 6 blocks high, and that's absolutely fine. So the deck sits in there nicely. And that's that front wall done. So what I'm going to do now is do a jump cut, and hopefully try and get the next section done before I collapse into a coma. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. Now we're going to move on to the next section of the ship's superstructure. So we're going to go down to this way, of course, down to the front of the deck we just built. We're going to move on and build the next section. So we're going to the centre block, which I've not marked, so that's the centre block. And what we're going to do is leave a 4 block gap on the wood, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 gap, and on the 5th block back we build our wall, and it's going to be 17 wide. That's 7 wide, so that's 8 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 there. I'll just measure that to make sure. So that was 8, yep, and then 8 the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got a wall 17 wide, and then you're going to build a row of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. 1, 2, like that, out to the side. It should look something like that. So I do the same the other side. My voice is really starting to die now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And there we go. That's that all done there like that. Right, so what we're going to do is from the outside edge, so I'm working from the right hand inwards, right hand side. On the outside edge, you just build up 2, 3, 4, 5 like that to make it 5 high. If we do that across the whole width of the ship on this wall we just built, so I'll do the first few sections and then I'll weld edit the rest. So just increase it all to 5 high. Use weld edit if I can. Set quartz. And then same with the next row. And then same with the next row. Same across the front. So the voice is starting to die now. Right, so that's one side. I'm just going to copy paste it to the other side, so we've got this wall going across the full width. Down to there. So use copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go. That's the walls done on both sides. So there we go. Then what we're going to do is go behind the wall we just built, so onto the deck behind the wall, and we're going to leave a 4 block gap. So we'll go from this corner here to this block here, going to leave a 4 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block we start building. So from this wall here, so it's the 5th block in. So say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 forward like that. I'm going to build a wall 4 blocks long, so 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So it's 4 back, and then 1 block in, start again. So 1 block there, and this wall is going to be 222 blocks long. So that's block number 1 there. So you're going to build it 222 blocks long. So this may take a while. So 222 blocks long, and then increase it to 4 blocks high, and then do the same on the other side. So 222. So how far is that? That is 80, so a little bit further to go. One, 5, 4. And that's 189. 213, 214, 215, 216, 217, 218, 219, 220, 212, 212. So that's 222 there, so that's the full line like that. That's 222 blocks long. And then at the end, you want to build inwards 3, so 1, 2, 3, and like that. And then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus a centre block like that. So that marks the centre line, and I'll just make sure that is the centre. Yes, it is. And there we go, that's one side done. And then just want to do the same on the other side, it's actually the same thing, so 4 back, and then 2, 2, 2, and then this, the 3, 6, 6, 7. And what I'll do, I'll just increase this to 4 high, and then I'll copy paste it to the other side. So it's the inside walls, and once again you can add the doors and windows to it as and when you want, and it should all look fine when it's all done. Just the back wall, and then just do the side of the 222 long wall. Down to there, and then the last section here, increase that to 4 high as well. And there we go, that's that inside wall done. Now we'll do the other side, but what I'll do the pillars and everything first, and then we'll copy it all to the other side. We'll have both sides done, so you go ahead and build that wall on the other side. I shall move on to the next phase. So what we're going to do now, because while I'm at the front here I might as well do it, we're going to go to the corner block here, which is just behind the front wall. So start on this block here, and we're going to leave a 3 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, and then build a pillar 2 blocks high like that. Now we're going to add 56 of these pillars, so that's number 1. We just want to add another 55 to it, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I want 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56. So that's all 56 pillars, all added along there like that. And then what we want to do is go from the last pillar, the end here, and work out what to do from there. Right, so what we do is on the top of that end pillar, we're going to add another 2 blocks up like that, and we're going to build a line along the top of all the pillars, 2 blocks high. So go from the bottom block, build a line across like that, and then above that, you do the same again. So build a line like that. So 2 blocks high, all the way along all the pillars, all the way to the front. So I use the set quartz to do that, so just to save a bit of time. So it's basically just a line 2 blocks high along the top of all the pillars. Up to the front there. And actually use set quartz. And there we go, that's the wall, or the top bit added, like so. And it should look something like that. So that's that sort of open promenade done. So I'm going to head to the back end and work out what to do from there. So I'm just trying to work out how I've done this. So my notes don't quite add up to what I'm seeing, so I'm just going to pop over to the prototype and see what we've got to do next. So let's fly over. And what we do at the end of that last pillar, we add another 2 blocks out, or 2 blocks back, and then we build in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's fine. So we build back another 2 blocks. So I'll just go and do that now. So like I say, at the end of that last pillar, which is here, we just add 2 blocks back like that, and then 2 blocks on top like that, just to make the deck a bit longer. And then from that bottom block, which is this one, we're going to build across 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a centre block like so. And then what we do, we double that in height to make it the same height as the outside wall. So make it 2 blocks high, all the way out to the edge like so. There we go, that's that section all done. And that's the back wall and the pillars all done. And then what we want to do is just use the weld edit to copy and paste it to the other side. So I shall fly to the front and then fly to the back, copy, flip, paste, and then we'll have both sides done. So out to that corner there, try and copy it, not delete it. So copy from there down to the back end, copy, flip, paste, done. Right, down to deck level there, and then copy to that. Stand on this block, and we use copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go, both sides done, and it should look something like that. And you've got all the pillars and the inside walls done. And like I said, you can start adding the doors and windows to this section, and it should all look mighty fine. Now, if we're going to be working from the back end, when you add the deck, you start adding the deck to the top block of the outside edge. So you got the top section. So you add the deck from the top block, like so. And then the deck will sit on top of the inside walls here. So I'll stand on here, and I use the fill tool again. So fill wood by 400, and it should fill in the deck. No, I've done that wrong. So I've typed in L too many times. So do it again, and it should fill the deck. In theory. Oh, there we go. Right, so that's the deck filling in there, all the way to the front, and when you filled it in, it should all look something like that. Like I say, once the doors and windows are added, it should all look fine. And you've got the overhang and the open promenade, which looks mighty fine. And the lighting effects inside the lifeboat station looks quite good, even though there's no lights in there. But they don't look too bad. So that's that all done. And I'll just fly forward to make sure the deck is all added in place. And yeah, there we go. So there's the deck all added. So we've got 2 decks done today, and they don't look too bad, do it? So there we go. So one more job before we finish. Just going to fly down to the inside of the open promenade. And here we are. We're on the inside of the left-hand side. So on the front wall is there. So these 4 blocks here, right by the inside wall, we just remove them. And then we add a couple of doors in there. So we've got a door there and a door there. like so. And I do the same the other side. So just pop inside and remove those 4 there. And add a door there and a door there. There we go. Just a little bit of detail to add there. And it should all look something like that. So we've achieved a lot today. 2 decks, and that's most of the superstructure does. Still got 2 more areas to go at the top. So 2 more decks higher. That'll be this funnel support in the boat deck superstructure. And hopefully get some of that done in the next part. So that'll be for part 6. And then we'll go from there. But I will also add the yellow line properly as well, so don't worry about that. But that's what we got done so far today. So for part 6, like I said, will be the boat deck superstructure, possibly the bridge as well, but we'll wait and see on that one, and then we'll go from there. So that'll be for that. So this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return in part 6. So bye for now.